This is merely informational and not to be taken as legal advice. SoundExchange is the sole royalty collection agency authorized by Congress to administer statutory licenses mentioned at 17 U.S.C. Section 112 and 17 U.S.C. Section 114 of the United States Copyright Act. There has traditionally been no public performance right for sound recordings in the United States for traditional AM/FM radio as there is for musical compositions. This means that when you turn on traditional AM/FM radio, a royalty is paid to the songwriter of the musical composition, but a royalty is not paid to the owner of the sound recording. For example, Bob Dylan wrote the musical composition All Along the Watchtower, which was later made into a sound recording by Jimi Hendrix. Therefore, under the traditional radio model, Bob Dylan would receive a royalty when the Jimi Hendrix sound recording is played because it is Bob Dylan's musical composition, but Jimi Hendrix would not receive a royalty for the sound recording copyright being played on traditional AM/FM radio. The record labels allowed this many years ago as traditional radio convinced them that they were doing them a favor by playing the sound recordings on their radio stations, which would help them increase sales. However, in 1995, the Digital Performance Right in Sound Recording Act was passed. This was passed after the invention of digital satellite, internet, and cable transmissions of sound recordings. This would include sound recordings that are played, i.e. performed, by digital transmission on satellite radio on Sirius XM radio, over the internet with Pandora Radio, and over cable TV via Music Choice. Therefore, Bob Dylan receives a royalty for his musical composition, and Jimi Hendrix receives a royalty for his sound recording when you listen to it on Pandora Radio. Pandora is required to obtain a license to play both the musical composition and sound recording. Pandora would get this sound recording license from SoundExchange, who also collects the license fee and distributes the royalties to the owners in the sound recording. Pandora would also have to get a license from a performance rights organization such as BMI, ASCAP, or CSAC for the musical composition copyright. SoundExchange only collects non-interactive performance of sound recordings. Think of non-interactive performance as the internet radio choosing what you listen to as it does with Pandora Radio. Interactive performance would be when the listener chooses specific songs to play like one would do on Spotify. SoundExchange currently pays out digital radio sound recording royalties for non-interactive performances as follows: 45% directly to the artist. In this above example, it would be Jimi Hendrix, 50% directly to the record label or the owner of the sound recording, and 5% to AFM and SAG-AFTRA, Intellectual Property Rights Distribution Fund, that collects on behalf of background vocalists and session musicians. There are differing rates based on the different digital service provider, but the current rate is 0.0017 cents per performance for non-subscription transmissions, such as a basic free Pandora account, and 0.0022 cents per performance of subscription transmissions, such as a Pandora Plus account that allows for unlimited skips without ads. In conclusion, it is necessary for you to sign up for SoundExchange if you are a musician who releases your sound recordings. It is free to do so, and therefore you have no excuse not to pursue these royalties that are owed to you.